Sarah, a seasoned scout for the Korean fleet, leaned forward in the cockpit of her ship, the Vindicator, eyes wide with awe as she gazed at the star-speckled expanse that stretched infinitely before her. Her mission, though seemingly routine, felt like a solemn promise to her people, to scout the fringes of the Targus Nebula for potential resources and chart safe routes that would ensure the survival of her nomadic race, forever wandering the cosmos in pursuit of sustenance and knowledge. She prided herself on being the best. Praised for her keen instincts and unmatched piloting skills, Sarah had faced countless dangers among the stars. But today, something felt different, a quiet unease creeping up her spine. The serenity of her mission was abruptly shattered as the Vindicator's sensors blared a warning. Red lights flashed across her console as an ominous shadow moved within the nebulous clouds. A fleet of heavily armed space pirates emerged from the shrouds of the nebula, their ships bristling with enough weaponry to reduce her vessel to cosmic dust. Sarah's breath caught in her throat. Her hands flew across the controls, initiating evasive maneuvers, but the pirates pursued relentlessly, raining down torrents of laser fire and plasma blasts. The Vindicator shuddered under the assault, metal groaning as critical damage warnings lit up like a constellation of doom. "Mayday! Mayday! This is Scout Sarah of the Korean fleet. My ship is under attack and sustaining heavy damage. Requesting immediate assistance," she shouted into her comms. Static was the only response. The comms were down. Cut off from her people, hope dwindled. The Vindicator spiraled uncontrollably, alarms wailing as its engines failed and systems flickered to black. Gravity from a nearby planet yanked the ship downward. Sarah fought the controls, desperately trying to stabilize the descent, but it was useless. With the planet's gravity well pulling her in, she braced herself for impact. The ship crashed violently through the planet's dense forest, uprooting trees and sending metal debris flying. The impact flung Sarah against her restraints, pain lancing through her body before darkness claimed her. Stay tuned for the next section as Sarah awakens in an alien world, her survival instincts driving her against insurmountable odds. Captain James Miller and Dr. Emily Carter led the rescue team, their expressions a determined mix of hope and caution as they moved swiftly through the forest clearing. The hum of their advanced equipment was a soft, almost comforting presence in the quiet, tension-charged air. Captain Miller's voice cut through the comms, firm yet calm. "All units, spread out and search for the pilot. Dr. Carter, you're with me." As they approached the twisted wreckage of the Vindicator, the brutal aftermath of the crash lay before them. Torn metal, scorched earth, and the faint, eerie remnants of plasma burns. Dr. Carter's heart sank at the devastation, but she steeled herself, activating her scanner and focusing on her mission. The device beeped urgently. "Over here," a team member shouted. Captain Miller and Dr. Carter raced to the source of the call, finding Sarah lying motionless near the entrance of a shadowed cave. Her breathing was shallow, and her alien form was mesmerizing even in its weakened state. Delicate, elongated limbs, a faint blue hue to her skin, and eyes that seemed to contain swirling galaxies. Yet, in those eyes, a spark of unyielding determination flickered. Dr. Carter knelt beside Sarah, her voice gentle yet resolute. "We're here to help. My name is Emily, and this is James. You're safe now." Sarah's lips moved, but no sound emerged. With care, Dr. Carter placed a translating device near Sarah's mouth, allowing her to speak in her native tongue. The device rendered her words into English. "Thank you," Sarah whispered, her voice strained but filled with relief. Captain Miller signaled for the medics. They worked efficiently, lifting Sarah onto a stretcher with practiced precision. Back on the Resilience, the med bay hummed with activity as Dr. Carter and the medical team attended to Sarah's injuries. The alien winced as her wounds were treated, but her gaze remained alert, scanning her unfamiliar surroundings. Dr. Carter squeezed her hand gently. "You're going to be okay," she assured her. "We have everything you need to heal." Sarah nodded, exhaustion finally overtaking her as the medical team administered pain relief. Her eyes closed, trusting these compassionate, strange beings who had come to her aid. As the Resilience lifted off, leaving the desolate planet behind, Captain Miller and Dr. Carter stayed by her side, monitoring her condition. Days passed, and Sarah's strength gradually returned. In those waking hours, she discovered Earth's wonders through the stories of her rescuers. She marveled at human history, their culture, and their relentless curiosity, while she, in turn, shared tales of the Koreans' travels and encounters among the stars. One evening, Captain Miller visited Sarah in the med bay. Pulling up a chair, he studied her thoughtfully. Your technology is extraordinary, he said, leaning forward. We've learned so much from your ship. Sarah's eyes brightened, the faintest smile curving her lips. My people are explorers, much like yours, she replied. We've journeyed the stars for generations, always seeking knowledge and understanding. Captain Miller chuckled, his gaze warm. Sounds like we have more in common than we thought. Dr. Carter entered, holding a tablet filled with newly decoded data from the Vindicator. It appears your mission was one of reconnaissance, she noted. Can you tell us what happened? Sarah's expression darkened. We were ambushed by space pirates, she said quietly. They crippled my ship, and I crash-landed. Sending that distress signal was my only hope. Dr. Carter's eyes softened. And we're glad we found you in time, she replied. Over the weeks, Sarah's health improved significantly, her bond with her human rescuers deepening. Together, they envisioned new opportunities for exploration and cooperation. The ISR team worked tirelessly, repairing Sarah's ship with a blend of human and Corian technology, a testament to their shared ingenuity. The day Sarah stood beside her newly repaired ship, gratitude overwhelmed her. Turning to Dr. Carter and Captain Miller, she whispered, "You've given me more than just my life back. You've given me hope." Dr. Carter's smile was warm, her voice full of promise. "And you've opened our eyes to a larger universe." Captain Miller nodded, his resolve clear. "This is just the beginning. We're allies now, and friends." As Sarah prepared to leave Earth, she knew this wasn't goodbye. Her distress signal had done more than save her. It had forged an alliance between two civilizations united by their shared quest for knowledge and understanding. Looking up at the stars, Sarah felt a renewed sense of purpose. With humanity by her side, the possibilities felt endless. Standing on the observation deck of the ISR headquarters, Sarah watched the bustling city below, its lights twinkling like stars on Earth's surface. Dr. Carter joined her, a thoughtful smile on her face. "Hard to believe how much has changed in such a short time," she remarked. Sarah nodded, her gaze distant but warm. "My people have always believed in unity and exploration," she said. "Finding a kindred spirit in your species. It's more than I ever hoped for." Dr. Carter's eyes lit up. "And we've learned so much from you already. Your technology, your history, it's astounding." Their conversation was interrupted by Captain Miller's voice over the comms. "Sarah, Dr. Carter, we've just received a message from the Corian fleet. They're en route to Earth and wish to formally establish contact." Sarah's heart swelled with excitement and a flicker of nervous anticipation. "This is it," she said, turning to Dr. Carter. "The beginning of something truly extraordinary." Preparations for the Corian fleet's arrival began in earnest. The United Nations, in coordination with the ISR, worked tirelessly to ensure a smooth and welcoming reception. Representatives from every nation gathered, eager to witness history and discuss the future of interstellar relations. When the Corian ships finally appeared in Earth's orbit, it was a breathtaking sight. Sleek, elegant vessels glided through the stars, their design a testament to a civilization advanced in both technology and artistry. A delegation descended to Earth, led by High Counselor Thun, a figure whose presence exuded wisdom and authority. Sarah stood at the forefront of the welcoming committee, flanked by Dr. Carter, Captain Miller, and world leaders. As High Counselor Thun approached, Sarah bowed slightly, her gesture respectful and sincere. "High Counselor, it is an honor to welcome you to Earth," she said. Thun's eyes gleamed with pride and gratitude. "Sarah," he replied, his voice deep and resonant, "your courage and determination have led us to this historic moment. We are profoundly grateful to the people of Earth for their compassion and hospitality." The following days were filled with meetings, discussions, and celebrations. Corian and human representatives exchanged knowledge and ideas, laying the foundation for a partnership that promised to uplift both civilizations. Agreements were forged to share technology, collaborate on scientific research, and embark on joint explorations of the cosmos. One evening, during a formal banquet held in honor of the Corian delegation, Sarah rose to address the gathered guests. Her voice, strong and filled with emotion, carried across the hall. "This alliance is more than just an agreement between two species," she began. "It's a testament to what we can achieve when we look beyond our differences and embrace our shared desire for knowledge and understanding." Her words were met with a resounding wave of applause and cheers, the room bursting with hope and optimism. As the banquet continued, Sarah found herself in animated discussions with scientists, engineers, and leaders from both Earth and the Korean fleet. The exchange of ideas was invigorating, and Sarah felt a renewed sense of purpose. In the months that followed, joint missions were launched to explore uncharted regions of space. Human and Korean scientists worked side by side, uncovering new mysteries and making groundbreaking discoveries. Collaboration flourished beyond science and technology, with cultural exchanges and artistic endeavors uniting both worlds. Now a respected ambassador for her people, Sarah traveled between Earth and the Korean fleet, nurturing the bond between their civilizations. She often reflected on her journey, from the desolation of a crash landing to the warmth of human compassion. Her distress signal had not only saved her life, but had ignited a new chapter in the shared history of both worlds. Standing on the bridge of a Korean starship, gazing out at the endless expanse of stars, Sarah felt a profound sense of gratitude and hope. Together, humans and Korean would continue to push the boundaries of exploration, a beacon of unity and progress shining brightly in the universe. The stars beckoned, and with her human friends by her side, Sarah was ready to answer the call.